What's good, everybody? It's Kaige-O Gaming, and welcome back to our very first time playing Songs of Six. If you are enjoying the series, make sure to leave a like. If you're not, make sure to leave a dislike. I appreciate all your feedback. And last time we left off, well, we were working on the logistics of our little city here. We're trying to set up more loading stations. We're trying to send fiber. Since this is kind of our growing district, a lot of our cotton is being stored over here, so we got a loading station to send over here to hopefully help the production of our weavers, since one of the products, I guess you could say, that we're having an issue with is fabric. We also need to start working on coal. Coal plants should do pretty well over here since we're putting our woodcutters in this area. We also have haulers over here for wood so that we can store some wood for the janitors and also the breweries. No, breweries need coal. The bakeries need the wood. Kind of tempted to get a few more haulers, although we do have 8 in here and it's only working at 33%. But we also, last but not least, need to keep working on our population, because we still haven't really recovered from the cold snap that we suffered and lost like 600 people. It was absolutely insane. We're trying to get all of our buildings back up and in top shape with the janitors. We might need to build another janitor over here at some point. We have 270 housing available. I'm gonna wait until we get a big influx of immigrants. It looks like loyalty and happiness is going up, which is nice. I'm also just going to add a few decorations in here to clean up this area a bit. We have a decent amount of wood too, but all of our newer buildings we are making out of wood. Maybe we should start converting these buildings, especially since they're struggling to stay maintained. Let's go ahead and start converting these. I don't think that I'm going to be doing anything with this area for a while. That should slow down the degrading process. We got this new fruit farm going, so that should be helpful. We're back to exporting gems. Money is back up to 4 million, which is nice. It's a good place to be at, especially since we're buying so much pivo right now. I really need to get some wood stockpiled in here. We need to work on our opiate production. We got our graveyard in. Not quite sure what I want to do with this area yet. I might just do another row of housing and then make a main street. But decorations. And then we can go ahead and add some more benches in here. Boom. Looks good. Hopefully keep our people a little more happy. Give them more access to the benches. We're at 58%, which isn't horrible. We need to find like a good park area over here, which I might end up doing here, honestly. That way we have some spacing between all of our production and our housing. I do kind of want to move this woodcutter down, which I might go ahead and start now, just so we can kind of clean up this area and expand production this way. I don't think that would be a bad idea. So we want to make sure we have enough room for a road, so you're going to expand out to here. 100% moisture, that's pretty fire. Okay, so we'll do something like this. We'll do storage down here. And then we'll get our auxiliaries in. Okay, that's not gonna work. Need to make you one larger for 100% efficiency. Boom, get all that going. Woodcutters on the outer wall. And then we can expand out this way. We'll probably do another gatehouse on this corner. I really want these warehouse guys to be picking up the wood and setting it in here. But I suppose that you guys can... Yeah, you guys are working at 15, 18, 16%, but I'm sure that's also affected by the coal. So we desperately need more charcoal coming in. And our only... We do have a coal mine down here, but our second one is up here. So mining wouldn't be super efficient at the moment. Ideally, I would like to get rid of this woodcutter, potentially put another farm in. We're still full on cut stone, somehow, even though it says our net is negative 17. Alright, how are we doing here? Still at 93%. I'm gonna go ahead and authorize these 54. Should give us a nice boost to our workforce. Kind of let this balance back out. Wait for this to build back up. It's dropping, so we'll go ahead and grab that real quick, and then we'll let that settle again. Now we're only negative 80 workers, which is good. I really would like to start pushing my population. I feel like we're in a pretty good spot for food. We're going into winter and still have 16 days stocked up. So boosting our population would be really nice. Doesn't look like we can upgrade any of these homes. I think all of our homes are max upgraded. So we're gonna have to get more homes in. We don't have any homeless, do we? We actually have 40. Okay, so we need to get more housing in this area. And also, what I think I'm going to do is start setting up these, setting up roads in between the housing to be our forest plaza. Let's go ahead and start using all that cut stone we have stocked up. And let's build some more homes over here. Get a house, and get an apartment. Okay, that should offer quite a bit of housing in this area, especially once we get those upgrades going. They should be pretty happy about having more access to roads and having their road preference in. So all of that should be good, and it should increase movement range in between these homes. which will be nice. Money's down to 4.11. This isn't quite done yet. No, it is. Okay, so let's go ahead and get rid of this woodcutter. Clean that on up. 34.22. Yeah, loyalty and happiness is taking a hit. Wood should be doing very solid. I'm gonna store a little wood over here. What does upgrading cost you? Wood and furniture. Let's go ahead and pop those. Selling metal, we're selling tools. Was it iron ore we wanted to sell? Probably want to be looking at decay rate. Furniture has finally fixed itself, so that's great. Furniture's looking good. These places are still degrading quite a bit. Let's go ahead and continue to convert some of these structures. Want to be careful not to use all of our wood, but we will use a good majority of it, especially on these further structures. Hopefully that'll ease the job a bit here. Are you guys out of stone in this warehouse? Are. Okay. I'm gonna pull people off of this stone miner. Let's do like 40 there. And then let's put at least another 15 in this area. That looks good to me. Okay, immigration starting to go back up. I do think that we should think about getting a breeder. How's homeless population now? Only 3. Perfect. That really helped things out. We still have a decent amount of cut stone. So I'm gonna keep working on that. Just kind of get all of this converted. Perfect. Alright, where are we lacking? A bathroom stop down here probably wouldn't be bad. Yeah, that would probably be a pretty good idea. Getting a bathroom on in. That would help with proximity and access. There are not enough deliveries to arrive. Yeah, deliveries here have slowed down quite a bit, I'm pretty sure. It still says 93% workload. How much innovation do we have? We have -1. Alright, we're starting to get a little wood stocked up in here. We have 13 days worth of food. Population keeps dropping. It's becoming very, very difficult to try and stabilize. guess we're just kind of at that point of the game. We really need to get some boosts in here. Alright, what if we do... One, two, three, four. I think we need a 7. Make this rounded. Get a bunch of latrines in. Okay, that's gonna bother me. Yeah, that's even. Alright, and then we're gonna move you guys all over one. One set, 2 set, 3 set. Same thing here. The basin's down the middle. That is perfect. And then we will get doors on each side. Awesome. Okay, yeah, because I don't think we're gonna spread production up this way anymore. I think we're just gonna keep all of this housing as much as possible. And then we'll spread production down this way towards the mine. That's probably where we're gonna want to wall off next. So we'll kind of just start shaping that. We're doing just fine on wood, or stone. That's gonna need to expand further. Maybe out to here. We're probably gonna want another gatehouse somewhere. We'll see how it goes. Our walls are also very close to the edge, which I'm not a huge fan of. We've never been attacked, so I don't really know how all of that would work. It's definitely an experience I need to have so I can learn from it. Alright, wood is pretty well stocked again, so let's go ahead and convert all of these structures to wood. We'll take it, we'll take it. And then maybe we can get like a janitor in here as well. It might help us out. It does say unavailable stone. What are you missing? Is it stone? It is stone. So stone is kind of killing us over here, which is crazy. Not sure how you have unavailable stone. Like, I don't understand why we're not necessarily getting any stocked up here. And immigration is just not fixing itself. We're full on clothing. I might, for the time being, try and boost this up to 3. That's gonna kill us. It's gonna kill our production, most likely. Could be that we don't have enough markets. Okay, hopefully that continues to go on up. As of right now, production still looks good, but I have a feeling that's going to drop very shortly. Still sitting around 4 mil, so we're doing pretty good on our money situation. Gosh, look at how much fruit we have sitting here. We shouldn't be importing any vegetables or fruit. I'm not sure why it's sitting at the import depot. Huh. Interesting. I'm gonna get a little more decorations just to kind of finish off this area a bit. Here we go. Finally bringing in more people. And it's starting to drop again. Bandits try to extort you. Start robbing caravans and your tax officials. They will likely get caught or retire soon, but until then they will make the roads unsafe. Awesome. So that's gonna kill the production on all of our other villages, which is horrible news. That is horrible news. We haven't been able to focus on the world map in a long time. Alright, this is going up. I feel like maybe a bathroom over in this area wouldn't be bad. Probably help with proximity a bit. Kind of tempted to start selling some of our leather armor. I know that we need it, but we're about to be at negative net, which means we won't be building up anymore anyways, and it'll just kind of be rotting away. So maybe if we start selling leather armor up to 4,400, keep at least that much stocked. Try and help with that decay rate, because that decay rate is insane. That way we can kind of keep production up. Let's make sure we upgrade this bathroom. It does look like cut stone's finally starting to take their hits. Which is honestly, that's probably why we don't have any stone over here, because all of our masonries are in this area. Loyalty and happiness just aren't getting up. I'm just gonna max out our stone mine here. I need you to pull... Where am I looking? You need to pull from down here. It's going back down again. Food stall access is only 65%. That could be a worker issue. All of our food stalls are at 100%. Just our expectations for our city is so high, and it's really hard to maintain with our population. Trees are only at 5%. We need to get more, like, decorations and stuff, I guess. Something over here. What we were doing, big trees here. Something going there. Something in here. Get a tree in here. And in here. Hopefully that helps things out a little bit with our environment. I feel like our happiness is supposed to be trending to 100. All these accidents are tough too. Maybe we should really start, maybe we're at the point where we really need to start thinking about what we are efficient at. And really take trade into account. Like all the different types of farming. We're not efficient at masonry, carpentry. This is efficiency, right? It's not fulfillment. Yeah, it's skill. Or maybe this is just kind of the point where not like integrating other cultures or races into our city is starting to backfire. Like, we may be pushing our limit with the Kretonians. Because, like, a lot of this stuff we're only 80% skill, where we could be getting 120 with Dondorians. 125 on Jewelers. 130 with the bugs on Masonries. Like, we need to be focusing Charcoalers, Metal Smelters. We get no fulfillment out of ore mines. Maybe that's another thing we start thinking about, because, like, occupation is horrible. Our occupation is horrible, and a lot of it's because of fulfillment. But can we afford to rely on just our ore mines outside of our city, or do we need to start bringing in new people? How do Kretonians feel about Dondorians? You guys don't mind Dondorians. Preference is 75%. Same thing with Talapi, but I'm pretty sure Talapi don't like anybody. What if we look at Dondorians? Dondorians really like Kretonians. Yeah, Talapis don't like anybody. So maybe we can start thinking about getting some Dondorians, but then we gotta start thinking about what their preferences are. And potentially setting up districts. Like, then I feel like the work we've been doing is wasted. You guys prefer different foods. We're gonna start eating our meat. You guys like square buildings. You guys like noise? You guys don't mind noise. You guys don't like noise. You guys want noise. It would seem. Your building type is... What is that? You guys prefer stone? Grand buildings and stone buildings. Completely different road preference. You guys like sacred paths, paved roads, and highways. You use a lot of the same furniture. You guys like Sithalon ore. You guys also like judgment and imprisonment. I might try to start getting some Dondorians. We're authorizing our first one. It's happened. We're mixing our peoples. It's happening. Are we even... We're not... We shouldn't be doing meat in any of our food. Oh, we could be. Where is this one Dondorian gonna move? Is there a way to sort by, like, type? Yes. Luthen Decimus, the very first Dondorian citizen in our settlement. What was he gonna do? Hopefully go to, like, the iron mine or something. I'm gonna authorize. And hopefully this will really help out the occupation issue. But honestly, I don't feel like we need more Kryptonians at that point if we're gonna be focusing, like, farms and stuff. I'm hoping that they don't mind integrating with each other. You guys like a little bit of everything in terms of services. Okay. How's wood production? 101. Composition of species, 100%. Ooh, this is going down. No way. I mean, Dondorians weren't 100%, were they? 75. You really only prefer Cantor. So that could be pretty problematic for us. Maybe it'll make up for... Ooh. Oh, you're gonna be another religion, too. 81 years old. And he's working as a tailor. How do you guys feel about tailoring? In terms of jobs. You don't like tailoring. Well, you don't get the most efficiency from it, and you only have 50% fulfillment, whereas the Dondorians still only get 50% fulfillment, but the skill is much better. Although, you only get 30% fulfillment from the mines, but your skill is better. I don't know. I guess we'll see how it goes. Guess we'll see how it goes. Second Dondorian is coming into the settlement. You like storage of Thithalon ore. You guys don't care about trees or flowers. You want pillars and statues. We might really have to start considering... I don't think we would have to change too much. But we might have to consider making this like a Dondorian district instead. I don't know. Things are getting a little crazy. They're getting a little crazy. I do think before I start another series on this game that I am going to, now that I've kind of had my own experience in this game, I think I am gonna watch some other maybe like tutorials or guides on like city designs, or maybe just watch some playthroughs of other people to kind of see how they go about it, and just take some ideas for our next run. Because obviously I want to experience another starter race. I want to probably have some more integration of other races within my cities. I feel like there's so much experimenting that can go on in this game. I feel like there's even a lot of mechanics that we haven't even scratched the surface of. And what we're on, like, we're approaching 50 hours into this run, I want to say. It's kind of bizarre. It's kind of bizarre. Misha, what are you doing? You are also going in as a tailor, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Honestly, we might be able to bring our Kryptonian population down. If, like, we just kind of stick to farming, which honestly, we should stop all the fruit orchards and just go fruit farms for the fulfillment. Like, we should get rid of all of our fruit orchards. Ration maker. Like, I kind of only want full fulfillment and additional skill, which is going to be a majority of our farms and ration makers. Whereas the Dondorians, furniture, masonry, smithy, jeweler, paper maker, jewel mine, Scythalon mine. And obviously we have like the odd jobs, but yeah, we might just end up bringing down our Kryptonian population, and we might have to separate our districts. Even though they don't necessarily mind each other. I am curious as like what the other people like. Like, who? The Kryptonians? It's the Talapi. The Talapis don't like anybody, and they hate Dondorians. But Talapis... fruit orchards, pastures, hunting... Okay. The Garthemi don't like anybody but the Amevians. You're also masonry. You don't mind stone. Jewels, Scythalon. Fulfillment out of fishing. What do you guys get fulfillment out of, but not necessarily skills? Markets? Taverns, physicians, rest homes, the inn, guard posts, Dondorians, the courts, guard posts. You guys don't mind army supply depots and export depots. Taverns, physicians. Okay. I mean, let's just see if continuing to get Dondorians is gonna help our occupation at all. With your guys' fulfillment. I don't understand how employed is only at 92%. We're down workers, you guys should all be employed. That shouldn't be a problem. Shouldn't have any odd jobbers at the moment. I'm gonna just keep going until we have, what, 20? Just keep bringing them on in. This bathroom still needs to be upgraded. Max fulfillment only needs to be 66 for majority. You guys also like 66. So we're not going to be able to max that out. For you guys. You guys are getting some clothing. Cuss stone seems to be going back up. We can definitely put like stone in your homes. But, I mean, your expectations aren't high, so let's not raise them and go crazy. Let's kind of keep their expectations low for a little bit. I think that also could have been potentially a point where we messed up. Like, we were always trying to increase things to fill out these slots, but our loyalty and happiness was always at 100 for a majority of the early game. And I think boosting these up too quickly really raised our expectations to where if we just gradually kind of increase these things, it might have worked out better to where at this point in the game, maybe their expectations wouldn't be as high. And it could be something. We could be onto something there. Alright, let's get you guys up to 25. You know what? Let's get you guys up to 35. Okay, this has gone up 0.5, which is awesome. Food is doing great. 17 days worth of food. Are we getting this building fixed up yet? It is improving. It is improving. It's not at 100% degrade. It's down to 85, so I think moving a lot of our miners over here has helped. I think we just kind of let it play out until we can keep building our Dondorian population. I will keep you guys at about 3,400. That way we can kind of keep that stable for now. And then we'll push the rest of our population with Dondorians. So let's get back up to 3,500 people. So you guys can keep coming in until you hit 100 population. Then we'll kind of see where your loyalty and happiness is at. See if we need to do anything, improve anything. And go from there. I think we're just kind of letting things play out. Hopefully this will help stabilize our workforce issue. Because you guys seem to be pretty stable around this point. Like, once you hit about 3,400 population, like, happiness, loyalty, both doing okay. If we push like 3,500, you guys start to drop to about 90%, and then it's hard to bring in more immigrants. So maybe this is like your guys' sweet spot for the time being, until we can like fix your occupation, fulfillment, maybe work on some other things. And then again, we'll see where the Dondorians are feeling once we keep increasing their population. Obviously, they're still newer to the settlement. We're continually bringing in immigrants, so their loyalty is going to keep dipping. But we'll probably sit at 100 for a little bit. I would assume we can make it that high, no issue. And we'll kind of see how things look for them at that point. We have one busy town, don't we? I do suppose that in the meantime, we can kind of continue to build this area. Whoa! Congratulations, you've now earned the right to style yourself richest of kings. We hit 5 million. Decreases inflation, allowing you to amass even greater wealth. In your next playthrough or resettle, you will be allowed to select this title to boost your game. Deflation is 0.88, and proximity is plus 0.15. Nice. So we won't have as bad of inflation, which sitting at about 5 million, inflation is hitting at about 62k, and proximity is going to help like the loyalty and stuff, I believe. Might also help with production. Yeah, distance affects production. Distance affects taxes. Distance affects loyalty. So proximity is pretty nice. What's one of our further settlements? What's your proximity look like? 97%. So yeah, you can see that we're getting a slight debuff there. It's almost affecting a full meat. Taxes. It's kind of hard to tell because we have other bonuses from tax rate and tax offices. Nice. So we have quite a few titles, and I'm excited to use some of those. I think we have... I don't even know how many titles we've unlocked at this point. I think you can only choose up to 5, though, when starting a run, so... Very interested in checking out what those are like. I do think I'm going to get another row of housing here, and then we'll kind of decide what we want to do from there. We also got to find out what we want to do with this area. 37 Dondorians is not too shabby. Let's keep it fast forwarding while our population grows. I don't know why I keep hovering over the toilets. I'm sure you guys are sick of those noises. I would like to get another park to make sure that we're doing okay in spacing. You guys usually do a 2 space there. Let's get those in. Production still seems to be doing okay, except for coal. Coal is hurting quite a bit. Wow, you guys have dropped a lot, actually. Why are we selling so many? You guys should only be selling up to... Maybe it's because... Don't fetch from the ground. Has that fixed our decay rate, though? It has. Yeah, stop fetching from the ground. Only fetch from... storage rooms. That's probably why we hit 5 million, though. We were selling a ton of armors. Yeah, 118k, 109k, 108. We were making 100k per day off those armors. Oopsies. We are almost at 50 Dondorian population. And there goes 50. We really don't need to have 5 million. I suppose we could start importing coal. Maybe instead of some of these foods, like bread is nearly maxed out. I feel like we're making bread pretty consistently. Maybe we start importing coal instead. Oh, coal is so much cheaper too. Let's import up to 25% here. You guys are starting to degrade. Why? You have a whole bunch of yeah. It's not wood anymore. It's all the other stuff. It's all the other stuff. It's really just cut stone. So I'm a little tempted to get another hauler over here. You guys are sitting pretty consistently at like 92. You're up to 51. We're finally under negative 100. Or I guess over negative 100. Over? So our workforce is slowly getting situated. It'd be great if we could get these guys up to like 1,000, 1,100 with no issues. Planting a few flowers here and there, some trees along our roads, torches, more torch upgrades. More of us will have to be soldiers to defend our settlement. So few torches. Wear more clothes, proper buildings like mountain, want to eat more. I'm gonna say you guys are doing just fine right now. As long as immigration is still coming in. Have we already hit our cap? Or do we just have to give it a little bit? That could be a little problematic for already having to do stuff for this, but it's still slowly increasing. Almost up to 6 mil. We are still selling our leather armor. What the heck is going on? Alright, let's go ahead and turn you off then. Because you're... I don't understand why that's being that way. You should only be pulling Only priority fetch when at least 80% of our warehouse crates are filled. I don't understand why that's not working. But let's go ahead and build up our leather armor again. I suppose if anything, it's really helped our decay rate, so it shouldn't take too long for us to get a nice stockpile going again. It seems like our apples are almost full. We're struggling to store them all. You have quite a few crates available. Let's go ahead and increase storage over here. 17 days worth of food. We're up to 66. Dondorians. Somehow our workforce has taken more of a hit. You guys need to be pulling cut stone. Is anything else like really hurting over here? Looks like just cut stone. Yeah, and a lot of it. We're lacking a little bit of stone, a little bit of wood. We're already pulling wood. And we have access to stone. We have a little bit of pottery. Hopefully with these haulers bringing cut stone, we should be good. I don't know if we need 10 people working this. I'm gonna turn off auto employ and go like 7. But I will increase the workers here just to be safe for now. How are you guys doing in terms of leather and fiber? Just fine, which is great. Storing fiber here. Leather could be doing a little better, but we did fix the degrading here in this building. It's a start. It's a start. Let's get some upgrades here. We have the furniture and stone. In fact, where are we storing all of our furniture? We're actually not storing any furniture up there. 15 there. $1,800 here. Okay, you're doing spears. Yeah, we can start selling some of those, I suppose. Really, we should be looking at buying items. Although coal is, because we're buying it, it's looking good. How are we doing on wood? That's dropping quickly. Still says positive 223. We do need to get more of these buildings converted. So hopefully we're spending less resources from the janitor. Alright, let's go ahead and start dismantling all of this. Boom, boom. How's the homelessness doing? 51 Dondorians are homeless. Why are you guys not going into homes? Do we just not have enough available over here? Are you guys unwilling to share homes? What's going on with that? You guys might be unwilling to share homes. But if we only have 50 homeless, where are the rest of our Dondorians? Are they in here? In our newly built home? Yes, they are. Okay. Room upgrade, O mover, assign. I mean, if all of our Dondorians are working up here, let's get those guys in here. There we go. Now we are getting closer to 100, but seeing that we are well over time, we are going to go ahead and end things here. We did go ahead and let's go ahead and find some of these guys. Oh, that's a piggy. Our Dondorians have taken over this whole trailer. So, we have gotten our first Dondorians, which is exciting. Our first new culture, our first new race within our city. So, yeah, I mean, our workforce is getting back to where it should be. Our population is starting to grow again. Hopefully, these guys won't have very high expectations for a while, so we can really boost our population through them. And then hopefully, in the long run, that makes you guys more happy in terms of occupation, so you guys get more fulfillment through your jobs, and hopefully it'll also boost production because you guys will have a higher skill in certain areas. So, as always, I appreciate y'all for stopping by, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Until then, peace out, y'all.